It's still sinking in. I didn't think I was going to get it for like another year.
Yeah, that's time though.
So Dylan here was one of my first members, third one, started out in my garage. He's on a road down to 5% body fat, just quit his job. So big announcement, right?
Yeah.
When's the OnlyFans coming?
Oh shit, soon, dude. Thinking about selling pictures of my toes and shit. But yeah, I do this shit too.
Yeah.
Like fucking same thing. I'm like, nah, that wasn't
Could be
good.
better. Could be better.
Yeah. Especially too, because it's like, you get the camera pressure.
Yeah,
So
100%.
Like, yeah.
And then you start feeling the nerves, and then it comes out in your voice, and you're like, fuck!
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do the first one over, because I was like, damn. But yeah, we'll get it.
All right, I got Dylan here. He is on his way down to 5% body fat. You can follow his journey on his channel. 5% body fat. What's the challenge there?
It's a big challenge, really. You know, I was 240 pounds. I'm down to like 135 right now.
Nice.
And I'm just trying to get lean enough where I can see my abs and then teach people about macros and nutrition.
What's your current weight?
My current weight is 135.
135. What weight do you think you'll be at 5%?
Honestly, that's a good question. I'm thinking it's going to be really low.
Mm-hmm.
At least like maybe 110, 115.
Whew, that's 20 pounds.
It's low, yeah. But I've never gone past 130. It's like 130 has been my mental block, and then I start eating, binge eating. Haven't eaten for so long, and then I'm just like, man, now I'm back up to 144, and then I got to start all over again.
Yeah, that's the biggest challenge is when you start gaining that weight back.
Yeah.
Now you have another hill to climb on the way back down.
Exactly. But I feel like, you know, the whole point of the YouTube and everything I'm trying to do right now and quitting my job, it's like just leaving myself no option. So I have a bigger purpose and a bigger reason to stick to it.
I like that.
And that's what I'm going to try to do, because you know how expensive everything is getting, and with the economy and rent, and it's like trading time for money, it's just not cutting it. You know, I could work 80 hours a week, still be broke, or pursue a passion and something that makes me better.
I had just made a video about that, not giving yourself an option to fail, right? Putting yourself in a situation to excel. When there's no option to fail, you have to find a way.
Exactly.
That was kind of what I did with the studio. I had a little bit of money to put into it, and we got to a point where I could no longer do my day job and the studio. And it was like, well, here we go, right? And so
it's all or nothing.
Quit the job, went all in on the studio, and at that point, your safety's gone, right? And when you have a family and you have people depending on you, that is a big obstacle to go. If you're 21 years old, no family, it's no big deal, right?
Exactly.
You mess up, you fix it, you keep going. But when you got people depending on you, that's where it becomes
definitely
the challenge.
And I definitely wasn't in a good financial position to quit. But it's just like, when is enough? Because
that's the other thing is, when people want to start something new or challenge themselves, they always want to get to a place where they can make guarantees, right? They want to be able to guarantee, if I do this, I'm going to go right into the next thing with no issues. That never happens.
Exactly.
You'll never be prepared. It's like jumping off a cliff. You're never going to get the confidence until you do the thing.
Exactly. That's why I'm just like, you know what? I'm not ready by any means, but I'm just going to go for it. Because sleeping 3 hours a night, like on a regular, 5 hours on a good night, and it's just killing me.
And then you can't put, the work into the things that you want to.
Exactly. But I'm not even gonna lie, I woke up the next day and I was like, thought about it.
What the fuck
did I do? Damn, what did I do? Like, I'm not gonna be able to make it. And I was tripping, I was filled with regret, just nervous as hell, and I was like stressed the whole day. And I just had to calm down. I'm like, you know what? Just gonna go for it and see what happens. And there's no room for error now. So I'm just all in.
Gotta push yourself. And that's another thing is people want to accomplish things but not do the sacrifice. And so what you'll see is people will try something and it'll be difficult, and they'll think that everyone who's actually doing the thing, it's easy to them. It's not easy to them. And we can take this through, sports or jiu-jitsu or anything. fitness, right? People in shape aren't in shape because it was easy.
Yeah.
Right? You don't build the muscles because it's easy. You don't get good at jiu-jitsu because it's easy.
Exactly.
It's fucking hard. And, people that are on the outside, they try it and they go, oh, that's hard. That's hard for me, right? Yeah. No, it's hard for everyone. We're just stupid enough to do it.
Yeah, exactly. They don't see the years of the work put in behind it. Yeah. All of a sudden, it's just like you pop up and it's like, oh, overnight success. Yeah. And it's like really just been grinding for a decade.
They don't see the mental struggle that we overcome in order to get to that position.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why you're a big inspiration because, I started with you in your garage. And just over time, you've moved up, and look where we are now.
Yeah, doing a podcast style YouTube video in this giant studio. Crazy.
And what happened the other night?
So I got my Jiu Jitsu Brown Belt. Still feels surreal. Doesn't feel real.
It's amazing.
It's a weird journey because I was going to make a video on this, but here we go. At white belt, you think you need to learn a certain amount to get to blue belt, and bang, you get your blue belt. And not too long, a year or 2 years, sometimes a little bit more. It took me a little bit longer. But you get your blue belt and it's like, oh, okay. And then from blue to purple is a struggle, right? Yeah. There's such a learning curve. I was looking up the statistics on this. 90% of people who start at white belt never get to blue belt. So 90%, just gone. So there's 10% left. Of those 10%, 5% make it to purple belt. Yeah. That's how hard it is, right?
Exactly.
So when we're talking about these struggles of like, oh, it's hard for me. No, it's hard for everyone. Like getting to purple belt was a struggle, especially being a smaller person and everything. Everything is a smash. But getting from purple to brown, I knew that, going from blue to purple and then, putting all that on the head side also. So now I got to go from purple to brown belt. Yeah. Like a brown belt's like a junior black belt. You're there, right? So there's a ton of work there. But what's even crazier is now that I just got my brown belt, all the shit that I know I need to learn to get to black belt, I feel like the 10 years that I've put into it, I'm going to have to double that to get to my black belt. So definitely. I feel like I need to do so much more in order to get to that next level. Happy to be a brown belt, of course. I put almost a decade into this. But that next level just seems so far away. It's ridiculous. And part of that is my mentors, right? The black belts that I mentor. They are so amazing at what they do that it's so far ahead. And I think some of the black belts that I was under when I first started didn't have that same caliber. Still legit black belts and everything. But the caliber of black belts that I'm under now is just so far ahead that like it's if you compare the black belts that I'm under to other black belts, it's like, okay, they're black belts of black belts type of a thing. So it just seems so far away, but then I look at another level of black belt, I'm like, okay, that's not too far, but where I'm going, I'm like, holy shit, that is way off. That's a little bit of a rant, but
that's an accomplishment in itself,
Huge.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And where you train under definitely matters. So, not to put any schools down, but you can go to one school, just a general education, college, whatever, and you'll get a certain caliber of degree, right? And then you can go to Harvard. Well, you can say you went to Harvard and you got, your degree from Harvard. It's just different. So, it's still a graduation level, but, the caliber is different.
Yeah, definitely. It's got to feel good, though.
It does.
It's
weird. It's so weird. It's gonna set in. Hasn't quite yet. I thought I was another year away with all the things I needed to fix. But here we are. Yeah. I respect my coach. My coach gave it to me, so
definitely.
There it is.
Came a long way.
Yes.
And how long has this been open? 5 years, 6 years?
Yeah, we're coming up on our 5 years in September.
Damn. Yeah. And we both made a lot of progress.
Yeah, you were my third member ever in my garage.
Crazy.
Little 1-car garage, enough for like 2 bags and some gloves, and that was about it.
Yep. I remember being scared as hell, dude, thinking like, man, I can't do this.
Everyone's scared as hell, and that's the thing is, You just got to do it. You got to get in.
You did make me feel super comfortable, super at ease, like every skill level welcome, and I just never felt pressured, and it was always a good experience, you know. And that's why I stuck with you this long, you know.
That's because I was that person, right? I was that person pulling up to the first class. I did it without anyone, so it's always easier to get in if somebody brings you, if somebody says, hey, I've been going to this place, it's fantastic. I knew nobody. I had nobody to bring me. I pull up to this jiu-jitsu place and I'm outside going, whew, I really want to do this, but man, this is a whole different thing. Yeah. And then you go in and you're like, okay, that wasn't so bad. Class number 2, anxiety, everything swells back up again. And then eventually it starts calming down. You get familiar with all the people and the style and everything, but there's always a little nervousness because it's combat sports.
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, dude, everything's been great. You know, I'm happy to be here, happy to train with you. You know, happy to share the journey with you. We both came so far, and we're just going to continue to grow. And we're both here to help people. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help and contribute to the community.
100%.
And just make everybody better and push everybody to be better because, you know, I'm still a work in progress. I'm still trying to be better, trying to work on my consistency. You know, I've been at blue belt for what, 2.5 years now? Mm-hmm. And I've made very little progress.
Consistency
is everything.
In anything.
Yeah.
Consistency is everything in anything. Yeah. If you want to get good at anything, it takes consistency. If you want to get down to your 5%,
exactly,
you have to be consistent. There's no other way to do it.
Yeah. And that's the main thing. It's not even like the business aspect of it too. Like that's almost like a byproduct of it.
Yeah.
But it's the habits and the consistency it takes to do it. That's what I need to instill in myself. So that's why I'm shooting for such a low percentage, you know?
Yeah.
Just trying to get better and trying to do shit that's hard.
I hear you. Getting to that black belt, right? When getting the brown belt. It's funny because there's times in my jiu-jitsu that I felt, okay, I'm ready for that next belt.
Yeah.
And the belt didn't come.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, what's going on? And then
that's a letdown.
I feel like, all right. I fixed some things. I'm ready for my belt. And it doesn't come. You're like, man, what is going on? Yeah. And then the moment I feel like, all right, I got a list of stuff I got to fix before I get this belt, bam, it happens. Yeah. And I'm like, what the heck?
You're not even expecting it.
I felt ready before. And now that I feel like I'm not ready, the belt comes. Yeah. It's like, what the heck?
Same when I got my blue belt. I'm like, nah, take this away. I don't want that.
There's that imposter syndrome, right? It's because you get to a point where you think you know what you deserve, and it's not what you need or you deserve. And then you get to a point where you're like, all right, doesn't even matter. I'm going to put in the work. And then, bam, you're now at that spot. You don't know what you don't know until you get to there.
Exactly. Yeah, somebody I follow, Wes Watson, he says, you won't get the cars, you won't get the physique, you won't succeed in business until you don't need it.
Yeah,
it's true.
You just got to do the work.
Yeah,
you just got to do the work. Have a goal, but just do the work. It's not about the goal. It's about getting to the going through the process to get there. Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
How many video games? You're trying to get to that next level. You're trying to get to the next stage. And then you get there, and it's like, well, now it's boring. Yeah. Right. It was the process to get there that was the fun part.
Exactly.
And then you get to the end game, and you're like, this is shit. Yeah. New goal. Bam, let's crush it. 5% body fat, right? Did you start with a different percent? Was it like 8%? And then
I didn't even have a goal. I just had a look.
Forget it. We're going to 5%.
Yeah. Because I actually talked to a coach about it, and because I hit him up and I sent him a picture of where I was, and I'm like, with these macros and my nutrition and my calories, everything, I was like, how long do you think it'd take to get to where you are right now? And he said 90 days. He's like, with those macros, if you put in the work and you stick to it day in and day out and don't go over, he's like, you'll get there in 90 days. But I mean,
now it's just on you.
Yeah, I've already slipped up like twice, 2-3 times or something like that, and then start over. So if I keep slipping up, it's definitely not going to happen. Right. So, but we're just going to keep trying and get back on the horse and keep going until we get there.
Awesome. So follow our journey, follow Dylan's journey down to 5% body fat. Definitely. We'll link his channel in the description below. Follow along here, of course, for your fitness, martial arts journey. Dylan, awesome having you in.
Yeah, awesome being here. Thank you guys for watching the video. comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Go get it.
Peace.
Right.
That was cool.